To get a better shot of this because I'm like in the most awkward angle ever. So today I'm going to show you one of my secrets on how to have a lot of plants and make your collection grow. My little trick on how I make multiple plants from just one plant. It's not really a secret. I'm sure everyone does it. I'm sure a lot of people do it. But so I bought a Fiddle fig plant, about a 10-inch pot in diameter, and it has two different, I guess you could call them mini trees, and I'm going to show you what they look like here in a little bit. I personally like the look of just like one standalone plant, or one standalone, I don't know what you'd call it. What do you call this? Where it's just like a, not a branch, but a tree, I guess. So this is my mini rubber tree, and I actually had two other ones, two other of these things coming out of the soil, but I really love the way that it looks just with one, and so it also allows me to have more than one plant. So here I have my two Fiddle fig little trees that I just separated. As you can see, I did this using my shears. It was very simple. I basically took it out of its original nursing pot right here. They're kind of tipping over. Those are my dogs. And I just kind of put shears to the middle and made sure that each one of them had a good enough root system going on to be sustainable by itself. And so now I have two. Again, these two Fiddle fig branches, if you will, in this one nursery pot. So this is how I'm making two plants out of one. And here you can see I'm about to mix my soil mixture together. I'm gonna get a bowl. So here's where I'm going to be mixing my soil. I'm going to start off with my base, which is going to be peat moss. You can get pretty much any of this online, on Amazon, or probably at your local nursery. I'm going to get a good amount of it though, since I'm going to be filling two medium-sized pots for these two new plants. And this is my perlite for my drainage. I use perlite, some people use pumice. It really is up to you, it's just your preference. And I definitely want to make sure this soil has enough drainage for these Fiddle fig trees. The original soil that these Fiddle fig tree came with had a good amount of orchid bark, so I'm going to add some of that too. Okay, next I'm going to use my nutrient base, which is going to be worm castings. I'm going to put a couple of handfuls in there. What I can do is put down below the links, just in case you wanted to know where I got it from and where you could also get it to make your own. But looks like this might even be enough for both pots, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And this, I have this just organic potting mix, black and gold, but it has a little bit of nitrogen in it, so I'm going to add some of that as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is transplant, or I guess repot, these two plants in their new homes. I'm going to go get those pots real quick. Be right back. Okay, so here I have my terracotta pots that I'm going to use to repot one of these Fiddle fig trees, or I'm going to take the one with the bigger root ball, and it looks like it's going to fit pretty perfectly. So what I'm going to start off by doing is adding some of that new soil, that fresh soil, into this new pot. Maybe because this is a bigger pot, I'm going to put about 2 inches or so on the bottom for the new soil. I'm going to plop that root ball down, and I want to make sure that there's a good enough amount of space between the edge of the pot and the top of the root ball, and then I can just fill it from here. I probably shouldn't be doing this with my engagement ring on, but it's fine. It's fine for now. Okay, so I'm not going to fill this pot all the way to the top because that's going to make it really hard to water, so I'm going to just leave that. I think I'm going to add a little bit more orchid bark. It's getting all over me. So there you go. This is my new Fiddle fig tree. Right now it's kind of a baby, but I'm excited for it to get super tall, and then eventually I'll probably make a video. Once it gets to that point, I'll make a video on how to turn your fiddle leaf fig plant into a tree. I keep saying tree, but really this is just a plant. So hopefully with time this can grow a tall tree, and then I can also help it extend out more horizontally. Okay, so here I have an 8-inch pot. The first one that I used was a 10-inch pot, I believe. I'm gonna get a better shot of this because I'm like in the most awkward angle ever. Okay, so this is how big the root ball looks. A little bit smaller than the first one, but the roots are looking okay. This plant seems to be healthy, and I'm just gonna see how it goes from here. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Add about maybe 1 to 2 inches on the bottom of this pot. Give it a little tap. There you go. Here's my second fiddle leaf plant. And then what I'm gonna do now, it was raining the other day, so I was able to catch a good amount of rainwater. So what I'm gonna do is give these guys a nice little watering, and they should be good to go. So this is my finished product again. Hopefully they enjoy their new home. So like these two, right? Denver. Hi Denver. Hello. So now I have one of my trees here by the sink, and I'm just going to give it a little bit more water to help it settle into its new environment and help its roots kind of adapt more. So to water my plant, now that I've repotted it, I am using rainwater that I got the other day while it was raining. So if you water your plant and you watch the bottom of the pot, basically when you water your plant, you want to make sure that you see the water draining on the bottom of the drainage hole. And so I'm going to wait for that. Here we can see it's already dripping. After I poured it in just about 10 seconds ago. This isn't gonna be a watering video, but basically when you're watering your plant, you wanna make sure that all of the excess water is drained completely before putting it back to either its decorative pot or in a basket. So that's what I'm doing here. Usually when I'm watering my plants, I will leave them in the sink for a little bit, but I'm basically gonna do the same exact thing to my other one. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is I bought a Monstera deliciosa plant in about an 8-inch pot, and I was actually able to make it into 3 different plants. So I'll show you what that looks like. So this was, I guess, the mother plant or the original that it came from. Hopefully you can see just about how large it is. It's obviously not a full-grown Monstera plant yet. And then it also had this guy, which is not doing very well at all. So this is an example of if you separate a plant and one part of the plant does not have enough of a root system to sustain it, it could have some troubles surviving on its own. So that one also came from this plant. But I also have this guy that I got from that larger Monstera deliciosa plant, and he seems to be doing well because he is growing out a new leaf right here. So if you want to check out my last video where I showed you my houseplant collection, go ahead and do that. I'll have the link down below so you can check that out and see all of these plants a little closer up. If you had any questions about anything I did, let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.